Okay. All right. Well, I'm coming to you as a faceless man, but we have there's something going on my webcam. But fortunately, at least the better half of us, Mr. Jahred Gomes of the seminal rock outfit Head PE, he's coming at you. He's taking some swings at the camera. Jahred, how are you going, my man?
I'm doing great, buddy. Your name's Brady?
Yep, Brady from Inner
All
Strength Check.
right, Brady. I'm doing fucking great. Just got home from picking up my daughter from preschool. I'm in the studio getting ready to record some vocals, getting ready to rock out. So yeah, I'm loving it. I'm taking off to California in about 5 days to practice for Australia, which is why you and I are talking, yeah?
Yeah, excellent. And speaking of studio, that's a nice little setup you've got going on behind you there.
Yeah, thank you. Everything I need to get the job done, really.
You've done a very impressive job with the soundproofing.
Yeah, yeah.
so
I did it
you,
myself. Yeah.
so you're gearing up for the tour, mate. Sounds like you was going to ask you about preparations, but it sounds like you're just about to make them. You've got everything lined up, ready to go. How are you feeling about it?
I'm super excited and I can't wait. And it's becoming like an annual tradition for Head PE to come to Australia.
It really
So
is. Yeah, because it wasn't
I'm
too long
honored.
since you guys came back. Or was it 2023 was your last tour?
No, we were there like a year ago and it was huge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you guys have done, I think that's something that people might not realize about Head PE. If they haven't sort of kept touch with you guys for a while, they might not realize how many times you have actually toured Australia in the past. I mean, this is nowhere near your first tour.
Too many times for me to count. I
Yeah.
got more than 10 times, right? I mean, I'm not sure I would I'm not sure I would have to ask AI.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, I even tried I tried sort of looking at it before we started the interview, and I sort of thought, oh, damn, man, they have toured here a lot. So what's the big draw for you, Jahred? What kind of keeps you guys coming back?
Well, dude, it's not philanthropic, I assure you. How many times has Head PE toured Australia? I'm asking AI, Chat GPT. Let's see if it knows. It says, oh, wow, one, two, three, four. It doesn't know. It doesn't know because it's only
Wow.
showing four, and we've done way more than that.
Yeah, you've done
Anyway,
it
so
easily more than four. Well, there you go.
okay, wait, let me get back to Zoom here. Oh,
We,
dude, what did I do? Oh no, where are you?
I'm here.
Um, I can hear you though, but oh, there I am. Okay, so yeah, bro, because we actually have a market outside of the U.S.
Mm,
Um, outside of the U.S. and Great Britain, Australia would be our biggest market.
mm,
Um, so, because it's very expensive for us to tour in Australia. So
mm.
believe me, we can only go there because there's enough people there that come out to the shows and rock with us.
Yeah, yeah. And in terms of your sort of memories of touring Australia, has there always been like a big demand for your live show ever since you first set down, or has it sort of differed over time, or has it been pretty consistent in terms of like turnout and everything?
That's a good question. Wow. Dude, it's been pretty fucking consistent because, I'm pretty honest. I've been in it for a long time and we're an underground band and I've seen markets come and go.
Mm,
But, man, it's been pretty consistent because if it wasn't, again, it's so expensive to get there, we wouldn't be able to keep going back. So we
yeah.
have a faithful family of fans and listeners in Australia, bro.
Mm, mm, mm. Excellent. Yeah, definitely. And you also mentioned you said markets coming and going. That's the other thing I think is sort of interesting about the times that we're living in at the moment. You know, people some people might lay claims to things like new metal and rap rock. They might say, "Oh, it's dead" or whatever. But I mean, you only have to look at things even here in Australia, like the recent Not Fests and stuff, to see that there's still quite an appeal for it. And for you, in terms of seeing things coming and going, how's it sort of? How's your experience with who's actually in the crowds at the moment? Are you seeing more of an older crowd, or is it a bit of a mix?
I think it's a mix,
Mm.
we definitely have like people who were like, because we're coming to Australia to play Broke for the 25th anniversary, right?
Yeah.
So we've got
Wow.
like a lot of people who were teenagers, who are now coming to see, who are still into Head PE. Some of them bring their kids, but outside of that, we do have some like, younger people who are into our vibes.
Awesome. Do you feel like it's because what you guys are playing, what you guys are putting out has a timeless quality to it?
That's not for me to say. That's that's for others to say. You
Mm.
know, because I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say some songs are timeless and some songs are more of a time capsule.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
kind of capture what was going on when the song was written.
Mm. And speaking of, what was going on for you guys around the time of Broke? Because that album was one that really kind of thrust you guys into the limelight. I mean, if you ask around here, Broke is probably the album that people are going to think of when they think Head PE.
Well, yeah, Broke is the album that gave me this so-called career. you know, and I'll tell you what was going on in my life was our first record came out in 96 and Broke came out in 2000. And so that was 4 years later. So we were broke at the time. So that's why it was named that, right? So
Yeah.
it was nice to know that the record company had put enough money to promote the record, in Australia, which is
Mm.
why we're talking right now, or else, they put the money in Australia and Great Britain and Europe and Eastern Europe. They didn't do it in South America, though. But I'm just, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you kind of see where they spent the money to kind of promote the record, and that those are the places where we were able to still tour.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it does work after all's said and
Yeah,
done.
it definitely
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a very different industry, and it's a very different environment to back in 2000, the modern music scene. How does it?
Unrecognizable. I mean,
Yeah.
at least what goes on behind the curtains. Yeah.
Mm. Do you care to elaborate on that, or is that a little bit?
Well, I mean, first of all, like technologically,
Mm.
it's unrecognizable. Like, look at me.
Yeah.
I'm in my home studio, and when we did Broke, I had to go to huge studios to record vocals and all that, where now you can just get studio quality vocals at home.
Mm.
Right. And Broke was all recorded on tape too, and now everything's digital. Like, for us to mix Broke, you had to like transport the tapes in a fucking U-Haul, to the
Yeah.
studio. And now, your record only exists in the cloud or whatever. So technology has progressed by leaps and bounds. But, and then apart from that, there was no internet when Broke came out of any
Mm.
sort, you know. And I don't know if a band like Head PE would exist. It's ironic because I don't know if we would exist without the internet.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
so that's that's a trip, isn't it?
That is a real trip to think that you're recording the album that broke you out, and feeling that you wouldn't exist without the internet, and yet you're having to physically haul lug your tapes around in a U-Haul, which I'm sure you're not missing that part.
No, I'm not missing a lot of that, dude. I'm
Yeah.
missing I do miss kind of the publishing checks that come from physical CDs, that's for sure, because the streaming revenue is just like unless you're huge, it's just like nothing. But
Yeah.
that would be like one of the only things that, I mean, one of the few things that has been a drawback. With any given new technology, you're going to have pros and cons, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of that too, so in the past, obviously, if you did a lot more kind of grassroots promotion and promotion by the early internet, all that sort of stuff, that translated into physical sales. Um, how does it feel at the moment, like surviving as an artist? It's a lot more of a difficult game than what it used to be, right?
Well, I can only speak for myself and an artist at my level, which is,
Mm,
a very humble level.
mm,
I'm playing club shows, in the US, and then a couple bigger warehouse shows. And then when I get to Australia, I'm playing a couple club shows, couple warehouses, you know what I mean? So at my level, yes, it's a hustle, right?
yeah.
And
Mm,
that's all I can speak on, right? Is at my level.
mm,
So yeah, of course it's because um, in the heyday, of course, like when Broke came out, it was sold 500,000 records. These days, I'm kind of a underground independent band, but I'm lucky. I'm still lucky because there's a lot harder ways to make a dollar, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Do you feel like in terms of that you've been lucky been able to avoid having to, because a lot of bands from that scene in that era have had to kind of go back and uh stick to a go to a different, get out of the music industry altogether. They might not continue to,
Oh well. Well, I'm just used to that fast money though, right?
oh, there we
It's
go.
like,
I'm here, I
oh,
exist.
hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, it's me. Room's a bit messier.
Yay.
Yeah, so
Welcome.
thank
Welcome.
you.
Good to
Thank
see you,
you. I do
brother.
actually exist, and podcasts listeners will be thinking, get on with it. I don't care. I can't see the video. So,
Right, right.
yeah. So, in terms of the work that's kind of been required too between now and then, do you feel like, in terms of being a touring musician and being a musician and trying to make it in the current, like stay relevant in the current scene, do you feel like it's a different workload? It's kind of the same as usual, or more than ever? What's your sort of thoughts on that?
Okay, well, I'll put it to you. I have two ways to answer it. And the first way is this. So for me, I have no other skills to like really fall back on to make even the kind of money, the kind of living that I'm making as a guy, as a musician in head PE. That's the
Mm,
first thing,
mm,
right? And then on the other hand, uh, ever since COVID, it's been a little bit more difficult than it was before to make a
right.
living as a touring musician. A lot of clubs have closed. I don't know, it's just different.
Mm,
But yeah, so it has its challenges, Brady, but there
mm,
again, it's not like I've got something else like that I can just pivot to this other, job skill that I'm just got waiting, to
mm,
go. I don't have that. Or maybe
mm,
if I did, maybe I would pivot to that.
mm.
So I'm blessed to just have this head PE thing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's what you know, and you figure that you guys might as well keep on going with it.
Yeah, it's a constant hustle though. And like,
Mm,
of course there are times when I wish like, oh, I wish I could come home and have another job to do when I'm off tour, but head PE requires so much of my attention even when I'm not on the road, you
and
know.
you guys must be. I feel like every time I see anything about you guys, you're playing a show. Like, you guys have a very Henry Rollins punk rock level of playing dates. Like, you guys spend a good portion of the year doing shows.
Well, that's normally true, but then again, like last year we only did like two tours. Normally what you're saying is the truth though.
Mm. Mm.
because that's how I'm making ends meet because I'm not making enough money at each individual show. I've got to
Yeah.
stack up the shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Um,
dude, again, Brady, there's a
mm,
lot worse ways to make a dollar. And you know what? I do love rocking out, and it keeps me young for less of a for lack of better words.
mm,
Um,
mm.
so it's what I'm doing, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And what's and I'm imagining it's definitely that, but what other sorts of things keep you and the other band members going? Because it's been a long time, right? Like 25 years since Broke. That's not an insignificant amount of
Oh
time to still be
shit, yeah, but
touring.
I'm the only guy who was in the band when Broke came out.
Yeah, okay. So it's especially relevant for yourself then, man. So how do you what kind of keeps you going along? Like what sort of
Oh,
motivates you ongoing
that's
to
such a
keep
good,
doing the
you know what?
shows?
It's a great question. And you know what? Again, it's kind of out of necessity, bro, where
Mm,
like, time has flown by and I've made a living at this since 96 at
mm.
music, and I just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah.
look, again, if someone came up to me and was like, Jahred, here, I've got a job for you to do this, and you can make, more money than what you're making now with Head PE, who knows? I'd probably take it. But
Yeah.
no, but I don't have that offer. I don't have that skill to offer in the workplace. So,
Well, with the current iteration of the lineup, how's everyone else been feeling about the upcoming tour? Are they excited as well?
oh, totally excited. My guys
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even be doing this because they're more like, yeah, we should do that type thing, you
Mm.
know.
Mm.
It's like, especially in Australia, where our listeners and our in Australia, they know all of our underground shit too, not just Broke. They
Yeah.
kept in touch with the records that came out after the major label releases.
Mm.
So like for instance, when we were there last year, it's like our Australian family knows all of our stuff. So,
Yeah.
so that's why it's nice though to go back and just play Broke because it's what put us on the map, and it's
Mm.
just for the nostalgia of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like you know that you've got a tight crew with the Australian audiences because they've proven that they know their stuff. So you guys get to kind of
Yeah,
celebrate Broke together. Yeah.
totally, totally.
Yeah, awesome. And do you have any particular prior Australian tour memories that stick out for you? Um,
Oh, dude, but I mean,
Anything that kind of jumps to mind is something maybe funny or just really,
dude,
well, that was
dude,
interesting.
the last one sticks out to me. Last year, it
Yeah,
was so fucking big and huge and amazing. And I was like, 'cause we play a lot of like really like tiny fucking pool halls in the States.
yeah.
I mean, we'll play like, five pool halls and then a couple big shows and then another five billiard halls and two bigger shows. You know what I mean? It's just how it is for us out here. But
Mm,
man, the last Australia tour, I just couldn't believe how much love and was in the room, dude. Almost
mm,
brought me to tears. Because for a guy like me, if I'm rocking with 500 people who are my people, that's huge to me.
yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I'm guessing that's what you guys are also looking forward to most on the upcoming tour, just how much like love and support you guys are gonna get from the audience, yeah?
Yeah, I'm actually just curious to see how they're going to take the whole playing Broke all night thing. It should be pretty cool. Have a different nostalgic vibe there. Um,
Do you think the
I
mosh
think
is
it's
going
going
to
to be
be
fun.
a
Yeah.
little bit? Do you feel like the mosh might be cranked up a little bit more for this tour, considering the album?
I don't know.
You don't
You know
know?
what? That's a great question. I'll be looking forward to see if that's the case. Because a lot of the stuff that we got more punk rock after Broke actually.
Yeah,
Like just like just kind of more just punk rock. If Broke's kind of more metal, you
yeah,
know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys have
So,
evolved
but
into.
maybe that's what people want to hear in order to get that pit going. So let's see. I can't wait to see the results.
Hell yeah. And you may need to do some vocal being a vocalist, you've got a handy spot where you can do a bit of an intervention and make that happen. So looking forward to seeing that end result.
Yeah, I'm actually better. Well, on the one hand, there's parts of my voice that don't even exist anymore because
Mm,
I've used it so much. And then
yeah.
on the other hand, I'm a better singer than I was back then because I'm not completely wasted all the time.
Mm.
And I take the craft more seriously,
Right, yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's just a balance
Kind of
there.
checks and balances. Do you feel like
Yeah.
you, I mean, obviously you're still touring and you're sounding like confident, and it sounds like you're still feeling fresh after all this time, man. So
Dude, again, bro, like in the broke days, I was toxic as hell and
mm,
I used to get wasted before every show. Well, pretty fucking wasted before every show, dude.
yeah.
And alcohol's terrible for your throat.
Mm,
So anyway,
yeah.
it's so funny. The kid from Broke right now as I'm speaking, because it's like um I'm like the dad now, 18-year
Yeah.
old. And like when I look at the guy who was touring on Broke, he was like just a kid running around crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my point is that now I don't get wasted before shows and I take my the craft of singing very serious.
Mm, mm. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Dad Gomez stepping out and just saying to his inner child, look, man, don't worry about that. I got this. I'm feeling good. I'm ready. I still got it.
Right.
um,
Do you have kids? Do you have children?
I don't, but you could pretty much psychologically consider me one. So,
I'm sure you're young enough to be my son, but yeah, very good, brother. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you. What town are you broadcasting from?
so I'm from Geelong, which is near Melbourne. So we'll be catching you guys at the Melbourne tour. So
Very
looking
cool, brother.
looking forward to seeing it all in action. And let's make a pit happen, yeah?
Yeah, brother. Thanks for taking the time out, bro. What time is it there?
It's 9:30 a.m. What time is it over there?
Over here, it's 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh gosh. Well, you have an awesome rest of your afternoon, man. Yeah, it always kind of blows my mind a bit the time differences, but you have an awesome afternoon and looking forward to seeing an awesome metal nostalgia pit when you guys tour with Nonpoint soon.
Fuck yeah, bro. Thank you so much, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you,
No
brother.
worries.
Have a good
Y-
rest of your day then,
You too, man. Thank you so much. See you around.
brother.
Cheers.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Jahred, for that insightful and awesome chat about all things head PE and some good insights into the music business over time. Speaking of music and speaking of getting down to business, please have a look at the show notes for this episode 64, where we will be looking at, in the show notes, we have a number of information items around tour dates, tickets, and more for their upcoming tour with none other than fellow US new metal upstarts Nonpoint. That's been a while too, their first tour since 2019. So for a double hitter of new metal nostalgia, you can check out the link, which will contain the ticket links, plus some additional information and some other artist media. So those dates are as follows. Friday, 6th of February, they're playing in Sydney at the Manning Bar. Saturday, 7th of February, they're playing in Brisbane at the Princess Theatre. Sunday, 8th of February, they're playing in Max Watts at Melbourne. Tuesday, 10th of February, they're playing the Rosemount Hotel in Perth. And finally, wrapping up, we have them playing Wednesday, 11th of February, Adelaide at Lion Arts Factory. So if you're wanting to prioritize your current bursting wallet of all these amazing gigs happening, then be sure to check out our show notes, which will have all the info you need over at innerstrengthcheckpodcast.com. And as always, guys, peace, love, and grindcore. Cheers. Have a good one.